Our second guest today is Toyin Bejide, a young and talented fiction writer. She is the author of 30 Shekels, a novel based on love, jealousy, and hatred. She joined us to discuss her book and what living in Nigeria means for young, emerging writers like herself. Toyin, thank you for joining us on the Channels Book Club.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your book, 30 Shekels, the story of betrayal.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about this fiction novel.
Okay. 30 Shekels is a story about three friends from their growing up years to their 40s, thereabout. Two girls and a guy. They grew up in a poor environment. I used Lagos State as my location, so to speak. And actually, you have to read it to understand exactly where the betrayal came in between the three friends.
Three friends, okay. So it's a classical story of relationships, love, hatred, betrayal, and the likes.
Yes.
Is that what you write about?
Most of my books so far, yes, has an underlying theme of love and friendship, family values, everyday values that we are going through now in Nigeria.
Okay. So, I mean, tell me about yours. We'll come back to the book now.
Okay.
Let's talk a bit about your own story.
Okay.
At what point did you decide to start writing?
I was about 12 years old. I started with poems. I would write poems.
Poems?
Yep.
At 12?
I'd always liked, writing.
Okay.
In secondary school, I would pick up my friends' notebooks, rewrite their own notes for them. I just liked writing. And then by the time I was in 200 level, I entered for a competition, writing competition here in Lagos. Title of the book I wrote was Hands Off It, had to do with HIV/AIDS.
Okay.
By the time I was in the bank.
What did you study in the university?
Microbiology.
Microbiology? Interesting.
Microbiology turned banker, turned.
So at some point you rediscovered yourself.
Yes, along the way.
Yeah. So the way your story reads is, when you were young, you had lots of flair for writing, for literature, and so on. Then you moved into the sciences, microbiology. Then you moved into banking, and then sometime during that period, you remembered your first love.
I did. I had to.
And then you left banking. Tell me a bit about that, because not many young people will leave a banking job.
No, like some people, it took me like 2 years to get a job. I got the banking job. I was writing 30 Shekels while I was still at the bank, get home late, write, sleep, like that.
After banking hours, you start writing?
I'll start writing. After, of course, having my dinner, I was really determined that I was going to put this book out, because I knew that it was a challenge for me to have put it aside for so many years and then, go with the rat race running for
what to eat and what to drink.
What to eat and what to drink and what to wear and all that. So by the time I was in, I published it in 2011. I'd written it like a year before then. It took me a while to get someone to edit, to publish.
And this is all self-publishing? The book is self-published?
Yes, I did.
Wow. So this is your story is a classical story of those many Nigerians or many people out there who have this dream to get a book out, and then they have all these challenges. They've got to eat, they've got to drink, they've got to pay bills, and then they've got this, particularly those in Nigeria, they've got this very poor publishing sector, to deal with. So they have to self-publish. That experience must have been very tough.
Yes, it was. To be candid, it was my siblings that pushed me to get this out. I'd written 2 at that time, and this was one I decided to publish. I was willing to wait till whenever I had the opportunity to travel out, and or get to contact someone abroad that would give me quality editing and publishing. But they advised me to start from where you are. So I started with it here in Lagos.
Did you have publishers who rejected your work, and did you experience that?
I didn't even want to experience it.
So you didn't bother running after the publishers?
I didn't run around for publishers. I just went back to my alma mater. Went back to Unilag.
Unilag to get published.
Yes.
So what happens? Tell us a bit about that. What happens when somebody has a book in there, just locked up in there, and you are doing so many other things except touching that book, which is locked up in there? What do you experience?
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction. Right?
Yes, you be, as in at a point I felt like I was just drifting through life, and then when I read the stories of other writers, not just Nigerian writers, international writers, I realized that it wasn't about just giving up or saying day-to-day feeding, day-to-day living, I can't write and make money, it won't make sense, let me work somewhere. It's possible to actually persevere and just keep on hanging there till you get breakthrough. That's what I realized when I was shelving my writing for
other things.
Now,
when your book finally came out, tell me about that feeling.
I was excited. I was so happy. As in, it was like a surprise. My mom brought it to me and she was like, I was just happy. It was a feeling of satisfaction that cannot be described in words until you are the one in that particular shoe.
And books have a way of flying around. They go much further than you could ever imagine. I once, had a personal experience where I had a book out, and somebody all the way from Davos laid hands on it and was eager to get in touch, and the feeling was and then that led to a long-term relationship.
Wow.
But what's your own experience? What was your own experience like?
It was a miracle. I just realized the importance of social media networking. So I go on Facebook, paid some amount of money. They do publicity daily basis depending on what you want. And then I got a response from Jigawa, and I was like, oh my gosh. I've been restricting myself to Lagos, as in bookshops here in Lagos. And then somebody in Jigawa asking me, how do I get this book? And I was just totally touched, And all I did was just a synopsis, just a brief review of what the book was about. I put it on my Facebook page, and they were wowed by it. So it was amazing. That response.
And it's not a very big book. It's about 138 pages. That's intentional, right?
Yes.
So somebody can quickly pick it up and read.
Yes.
So is there any other book coming up?
The next one is titled I Am 3,400 Years Old. That one I completed it last year. And then the editing this year. So publishing is next.
Yes. That's a very interesting title. Where do you get these titles? 30 shekels. The story of betrayal. You have to share that secret with us sometime. And this one is I Am 3,400 Years Old, coming up. That's interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so we're looking forward to seeing that book. And then I'm looking forward to reading this.
Okay.
So I'm sure I will enjoy it. I'm sure I will enjoy reading it.
I'm sure you will.
All right. So thank you very much for joining us on the Channels Book Club.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed that. We have been receiving a lot of invitations to cover book gatherings across the country. But unfortunately, we can't make all of them. Not to worry, the Channels Book Club has devised a way of bringing you closer. All you have to do is to upload any of your book-related activities like book club readings, book donations, or your favorite book on any Windows, iPhone, or Android mobile phones which have Channels Television app on them to the Channels Eyewitness platform. Remember to indicate your name, location, and contact address. Don't forget to tag it to the Channels Book Club. Now, here's an example of such activities sent to us. Let me remind you that the National Green Essay Competition is on. If you know anyone between 11 and 16 years of age in any Nigerian secondary school, please encourage them to participate in this maiden contest. 13 winners will be taken on a sponsored learning trip to Europe.
The Uplift Development Foundation and the Channels Book Club presents the first National Green Essay Competition for students of secondary schools in Nigeria between the ages of 11 and 16. The essay competition is based on the book titled Green Education for the Youth, GEFTI, by the First Lady of Ogun State, Mrs. Olufunsho Amosu, and is focused towards getting all Nigerian youth on board the mission of sustaining the environment. Visit www.channelstv.com to access the book. Candidates should then write an essay of not more than 1,500 words on ways of preserving the environment as outlined in the book. All completed essays should be sent to GEFTI at channelstv.com. Submissions end on August the 15th, 2014. Prize: 13 finalists will be taken on a trip to Europe where they will be trained as future GEFTI ambassadors on sustaining the environment. For more information, visit www.channelstv.com or call 0909-532-4915 or 0909-532-4916. The National Green Essay Competition, preserving the environment for future generations.
Also, our book club event for children in primary schools will now hold on the 27th of July 2014. If you want your kid to be there, send his or her name and school to 0809-111-4809 by SMS. Don't forget you can join us on any of our social media platforms displayed on your screen. My name is Olakunle Kasumu. Remember, one great book can change your life. Bye-bye.